start apologizing for not being with you.
Je veux commencer ma présentation, quoique je ne suis pas ensemble avec vous.
I had the visa, I had to quarrel with the embassy to get the visa in time. And then we had this failed coup attempt. And there was already an advice from my government not to go. And with the coup attempt, even if it was failed and even if it's calm now, the government doesn't want me to go there because all the insurances and that doesn't work. So online Congress is the second best option. I would have loved to be together with you, and because it's not the same seeing you on the screen, it's better always when you can take the coffee together and speak directly to each other. And to start with, from the EGP, from the European Green Party, I would like to wish you all the best for this fantastic Congress that finally we can have, or you can have, after pandemics and other problems that has been, but now it's here and I'm sure it will be a success. Well, I come from the European Greens, and Europe is a country, is a continent with 44 countries and 700 million people, so we are rather many. And we have green parties in 39 of these 44 countries, according to the website I looked upon today. And in some of the countries, we have even more than one party, because sometimes we have two different green parties or even three different green parties in some of the countries. But we are all in the same federation and we cooperate with each other. So so we have more than 39 member parties in Europe. Now we have the European Parliament, or the European Union, and that is only 27 of the 44 countries. And we have the quantity of people there is 450 million. So it's also rather many. And now, 9th of May, we have elections for the European Parliament. So the 27 member countries are going to vote for the in these elections. 450 million people are going to vote in these elections. But of course, the other countries, they also support us, those who have green parties, but they are not in the European Union. So we work together always with all of the parties. And now, the big questions in this moment is really, for the European Parliament, is three very big questions. We have the climate, of course. This is something that we are always working on in the Green parties and the Green group in the Parliament. But we also have a big challenge with security, because we have a war in Europe. It was a long time ago we didn't have any wars in Europe. I come from a country, we haven't been in war for more than 200 years. It's not the case for most of the countries in Europe, but in my case it's like that. And so this is something that we have to deal with. It's new for us, and for the Green parties, coming from the pacifist movements, from the non-violence movements, we have to adapt to a new situation. It's very complicated. But the biggest problem we have now is about democracy, because the European countries, we have had democracies for such a long time, everybody takes it for granted. And when you take something for granted, you don't encourage people to fight for it any longer. So we have a lot of people in these elections voting for the very extreme right parties in Europe. And we face a situation where there can be more extreme right parties in taking decisions, because those decisions, they are valid for all of us in reality, because the European Union has taken the lead in the United Nations and so on to have stricter rules for climate, for emissions and so on. But with another majority in this parliament, we can have a totally different situation where Europe will not take the lead any longer. And that is why I say what happens now in Europe, it will affect all of us because we all Greens in the world, we work for the same cause. We have to work together. We have to support each other in our countries, in our continents, and when it comes to climate and democracy, there we really the support from each other is really crucial, I think. So my message to you is that we stand by you, we stand with you at the Congress and for the growth of the Green parties in Africa, because you are needed. You are so much needed for the rest of us in the world. We need Green parties in all continents, in all countries, big, small ones, it doesn't matter. But we have to be a big family, because otherwise we will not solve all this situation we have in the world today. So let's keep together always. Let's encourage unity amongst Greens. We don't agree on everything, but most of the things. So let's keep united and let's keep working together. Thank you very much. That was only in English, so.